it to me by those in authority that today, this, the 27th day of May, in this the year of our Lord 2023, the Right Worshipful, the Mayor of Gloucester, Councillor Howard Hynam, shall present a lamprey pie on behalf of Gloucester Civic Trust and worthy friends to His Majesty the King's Lord Lieutenant Mr. Edward Gillespie of this royal and rustic county of Gloucestershire. This tributary, three-tier, heraldic encrusted lamprey pie, which is a celebratory culinary creation of antediluvian historical origins. You carry on. Ooh, yes. Full of gastronomic delights and collective input and community cohesion of heartfelt sentiments of many loyal and worthy organisations and groups who have participated in its creation and preparation to mark this auspicious occasion, the celebratory occasion, the King's coronation. In a few moments, the aforesaid pie shall be presented on behalf of His Majesty the King, who is an advocate of community inner city inclusion, to Gloucester's Feed the Hungry founder, Mr. Hash Norat, and his fantastic team of volunteers, who shall, who shall serve the pie in the smiles craft to those less fortunate peoples in this city, in the express hope they may share and join in the celebration with His Majesty King Charles III and Queen Camilla's coronation celebration. God preserve and bless His Britannic Majesty King Charles III. God save the King! God save the King!
This is the Folk of Gloucester's lamprey pie. We were asked to make it, and because we're a small team, we reached out to our friends in the community. So we reached out to Deborah and Neil Flint from Cinderhill Farm, and that's where the pastry came from, and the cooking, all the time spent in the oven.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon, members of the team from Folk of Gloucester turned up at our farm, and they had pastry which we supplied to them, all cut out into different shapes. So we particularly like the lampreys that they brought with them. And then we spent a very happy 5 or 6 hours forming the pies. We'd made the meat filling beforehand with meat from Huncham Pork Farm, with dry roasted vegetables and apples to mix into it. And then, put it together. It's quite a construction feat because it mustn't fall out. And we did a test one at the weekend anyway, and froze it, because we thought if we cooked it and frozen, the pastry would cook first and then the meat afterwards. But actually it took too long, so we had to do it fresh. But yeah, so it's very, inside there's more construction to hold it together. Made with pastry, so it's all edible. And it took, some of them this took 3.5 hours to cook. This took about 6 hours to cook. Another 6 to chill.
How much does the pie weigh?
3 stone, 6.8 pounds, or 21.9 kilos.
So,
hope you get to try it.
And now we're just going to put a final egg wash on top. And it moved again, so we're going to give it another squish down. And squish is the technical term.
The off has gone off, it's squished. The final F on there. Excellent.
Good.
Let it get sticky for a little while.
Will it work?
Drum roll, please. Well done.
And it's in! Woo!
And we reached out to Gloucester Gateway and they gave us honey. And we asked fair shares to make the board, which they made in a day. John Chance made that for us. The pastry, decorations have been made by our customers and our regulars and our friends. And then there's National Civic, who have been a dream today, and they helped to decorate the pie, and then they've come and they've run the hospitality for us for the dream today, which is so wonderful. These students are learning job skills and they've got to serve the Lord Lieutenant of the tea today, which is fabulous.
My Lord Lieutenant, your worships, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence Mr. Martin White of the Civic Trust.
It's my great pleasure to welcome you today on this auspicious occasion when the city continues a centuries-old tradition. You're also, of course, very welcome to the new home of Gloucester Civic Trust. We took on the stewardship of these magnificent buildings fairly recently, and I do hope that while you're here you'll take the opportunity to have a look around. The production of the pie has involved many partners, and I know the Mayor will be thanking all of the partners, but if I may, I'd just like to thank our own team here, Alex, Orla, and of course Emily, for their huge contribution to today's event. And of course, without the leadership of Karen Pearson and her team at the City Council, none of it would have happened. So we're very grateful to all of the City Council people involved. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now delighted to introduce the City's Mayor, Councillor Howard Hyman, who will explain more about the Lamprey Pie and present it to Mr. Edward Gillespie, His Majesty's Lord Lieutenant of Gloucestershire, who will receive it on behalf of the King. Thank you.
Good morning. It became tradition in days of old for the city of Gloucester to give the monarch a lamprey pie each Christmas. In 1200, the city was fined 40 marks by King John for failing to provide the pie. The annual custom ended in 1836, but a pie is still presented on special occasions, such as coronations and jubilees. I am now presenting a second lamprey pie to His Majesty's Lord Lieutenant during my term of office. The first pie was presented on the Platinum Jubilee of Her late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. And this one is on the forthcoming occasion of the coronation of King Charles III. The presentation reflects the coronation themes of youth, community, diversity and sustainability, with a variety of partners involved in the sourcing and production of the pie. Thank you to the students and staff of the National Star College, who do an amazing job in Gloucester and beyond. The National Star College deserves much more recognition for its invaluable work. Today they are preparing our refreshments and helping run the event. Thanks also go to Deborah Flint of Cinderhill Farm, Chief Pie Maker, and to Orla Miller Hall, Chief of Pastries and of Folk Cafe fame. The ingredients have been sourced locally, and I will now mention their origin. Honey supplied by Jason Dunsford from Gloucester Gateway, sage from the folk of Gloucester Garden, meat from Richard Fawn at Huntsome Farm, pastry from Cinderhill Farm, and vegetables from Fair Share and local suppliers, apples from a local supplier. Thanks also go to all the art-shaped students involved, as well as Karen Pearson of Gloucester City Council, Alice Cook at the Folk of Gloucester, and our esteemed town crier, Alan Myatt. Please forgive me if I've missed anyone out, but so many have had a finger in the pie and helped with the arrangements. Since the Roman era, lampreys have been eaten in Gloucester till relatively recent times. In the medieval era, Henry I is rumoured to have died after eating too many lampreys, but that won't happen to us today. Because lampreys are now an endangered species, the pie is now based on pork and apple and other ingredients in season. Thanks to Cinderhill Farm, St Breville's, for the locally sourced ingredients you have supplied. The pie will be served again this year at Gloucester Feed the Hungry. So, Lord Lieutenant, I present to you this pie on the occasion of His Majesty's coronation. God save the King.
God save the King. Your worships, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for His Majesty the King's Lord Lieutenant of and in the county of Gloucestershire, Mr. Edward Gillespie.
Good morning. Thank you, Al. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have to reveal that this is merely an event to raise the price of lampreys. It has been drawn to my attention, the poem by F.W. Harvey, which probably you're all familiar with. Sure, 'tis pretty fish, but there's no sale nowadays. Why? Well, the story that they tell is as the king were fond of 'em, and all the fashion ate and paid up well. And then one day our king, and goes the tale, ate over hearty like, and throwed 'em up. So all the fashion with him, when he dined, cut out their orders, and the price come down, and maybe that be true. For still in town our council scheming, likely to remind His Majesty of joys he left behind, sends 'em the pretty prince of lamprey pies. I've seen 'em many a while in Fisher's window, and so, God willing, and if nothing hinder, someday he'll taste again, and prices rise. That's what it's all about, right? Raising the price of lampreys. Thank you on behalf of His Majesty. This is an extraordinarily important event. The lampreys draw together the many communities of Gloucester. This is an event that marks the beginning of our celebrations of Their Majesty's coronation in only 9 days' time. And it's a particular pleasure that this gift of the lamprey pie that I'm receiving on behalf of His Majesty is going to be passed to Gloucester Feed the Hungry, because you don't probably know that Hash Norat, who's now moving forward, was announced this week as one of the 500 coronation champions in the United Kingdom. We have 3 in Gloucestershire, and it's an enormous honour for us to be in Hash's company. And Hash, I maybe to describe exactly what becoming a coronation champion means, because he's going to be very much involved here. I'm also pleased to let you know that our own celebrations here in Gloucester will include here on Monday, 8th May, the civic service at the cathedral here, to which Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal and Sir Tim Lawrence will be attending. So that's a great honour here for our great city here of Gloucester. That's at 11 o'clock. So if you haven't got tickets, please apply. So it's really great pleasure on behalf of His Majesty, who has a great taste for lampreys and the modern equivalent of pork and apple, to receive this pie on behalf of His Majesty from the city. Thank you very much indeed.
My Lord Lieutenant, Your Worship, Mr. Chairman of the Civic Trust, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Hash Norat.
A little overwhelmed here. Good morning, and thank you for having me. To Edward, Alan, Karen, Civic Trust, friends. This is an emotional day. Last year we got a message to say we were going to receive the lamprey pie, something that was approved by Her Majesty the Queen, God bless her, rest in soul. We served about 80 people last year, and it was enjoyed by people less fortunate. We are blessed to have everything that we possibly need, but there are millions in the world that are struggling. And for me, as a human being, I cannot forget them, not ever. And to be able to provide them, especially last year, and once again this year, with something so special. Isn't it beautiful? We're going to serve it with potatoes, veg, gravy, and bean pork apple sauce, ice cream, and we will probably feed about 80 people on Friday evening. They will not know or understand what this is or appreciate, but that's not what this is about. This is about the community giving something back to the community. This is special, and every single person and organisation that has been a part of this, I applaud you and I thank you, and God bless you, and God bless our King. Thank you so much.
My Lord Lieutenant, your worships, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I shall now call upon His Majesty the King's Lord Lieutenant to present the lamprey pie to Mr. Hash Norat.
I'm not going to point it in your direction.
Oh my days.
Who ate all the pies, eh?
Camera over there.
Can I just be cheeky and get one shot looking straight to my camera
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
So looking this way for me. Beautiful. Excellent.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you, sir.